get you guys up here on my laptop. I can't show you, but what I did was this is my big tripod that I use for filming, and the other one broke. The piece broke right off into my other one. And this is, I've taken a part off my camera to fit in the tripod, and I've screwed it to this, so we're all good. All right, let's just restore this. Hang on a second. Now, no. Back. And I don't know why this is not charging. My camera or my, well, you know what? I'm just going to have to try. I tell you, take a few days off and your life falls apart. I'm not kidding. Well, that's because that's the iron I had plugged in. Doy. All right, give me a second here. It's a lot more. Okay, so why isn't it charging? If I have it all. You know what? I am just going to do the best I can with what I have. Unplug you, plug you in. There we go. Now things are starting to work. Okay. Hang on, I'm tangled up in friggin' charge cords. Oh. All right, now, holy smokes. All right, now I have to pull up my live here. F11 that.
Quit smoking with hypnosis? Yeah, right. Instead, start stopping with Thrive.
Yeah. Come on, skip. Okay, pause. And we'll go to live chat. All right, I think we're ready. Hello. Okay. Oh, making cinnamon rolls and trying to clean. That's fine, Jazzy. What's going on here is I've started my autumn cleaning, and I got most of my bedroom done. The bell guy came yesterday. Okay, let me see if I can't bring you guys just a little bit closer to what's going on here. And the bell guy came there. That's better. I figured it out. The bell guy came yesterday to move my box for my modem. And where did my little scissors go? Oh, for the love of Pete. I tell you, folks. No, that's not it. Where did my little scissors go? Oh, for crikey. Anyway, let's start while I look. I'll start talking. Okay, I found this coat, and it's covered in lint and stuff from this table. I found this coat at the Salvation Army, and it was $19. And Briar said, "You're not paying $19 for a secondhand coat." I said, "Yes, I am." And he said, "Why?" I said, "Because I have done my research and trying to find a yard of wool fabric." Where the heck did it go? Trying to find a yard of wool fabric in the colors I like are like $60, $70. So I saw this coat and went, ooh, if nothing else, I'd have bought it for the buttons. Now let's just snip these buttons off. Aren't they beautiful? Look at the size of those. Makes me think of, what was that movie, folks? Just make sure we're getting this all out without too much stress on the fabric. See, normally I do this stuff off camera, but you know what, guys? I want you to see. Gracie, what are you doing? Yeah, doofus. She has just turned the, she was scratching. She's in my power lift chair and she just activated the power lift. Okay. Oh, look at all these buttons, man. These are awesome buttons. Is there any more in here? Okay, this was a large, and this is 80% wool, 15% cotton. Okay, the exterior shell is 80% wool and 20% nylon. The lining is 85% polyester, 15% cotton, but we're not using the lining anyway. So I just want to take these buttons and set them aside because I don't know. I don't know what it is about buttons, but my mom used to have a great big cookie tip. You know what? Give me a second. Oh, sorry. My knees are not doing as well as I would like them to. So, look, we'll start a button tin. All right, now, then we want to, yes, isn't that awesome, Renita? Okay, now, first things first, I cannot find my good seam ripper. So I'm going to start with this one. The only reason I don't like this one is because you have to, whoops. Whoa. Did my, why is this plug falling out? Hang on, folks. There. Okay. This one you have to hold open. And like this threader will lock. But this one will not lock open. So I'm just going to start right here. I want to take this lining out. Because you never know what that would be good for in the long run. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see if I can get my fingers in here. There we go. All right. This is a line. So I bought, so anyway, Briar said, you're not paying $20 for that coat. I said, yes, I am. Because, oh, and I explained it to him and he goes, oh, and when we got up to the counter, the Salvation Army sign above the counter said, every day is Senior's Day. Oh, let me turn this part off here. And let me tighten this up a bit. Every day is Senior's Day at the Salvation. Oh, frig, I tightened it too much. Hang on. Every day is Senior's Day at the Salvation Army, and I got 10% off. So this coat was $17.99. You never know what you're going to use this for, so let's just hang on to it. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. Now, I don't don't know what I would use this satin-esque fabric for, but you never know. So I'm just gonna, okay, these are the sleeves. Let's turn this inside out. And get this off of here. Okay, I know what's going on here. We have to get this piece. Because, you know what I'm going to do, folks? I will deal with this part later. And I'll just snip that off. Let's get the other sleeve. Now, ideally, it would have been nice if this had been longer. And actually, a less expensive cut of coat would have worked better. But oh, wow, Willows. That's awesome. Okay, so now we have the lining out. By the way, I want to show you. This is my sewing machine here. And that's where this sits. Just like that. Okay. This is actually, guys, this is a lot of work. But let's start with the back. Let's get the back cut out because that's the nicest, biggest piece, isn't it? There we go. Okay, let's take this off of here like this. I tell you folks, a good seam ripper is something to be treasured. Let's just get this. If I can get my finger, there we go. Okay, now. Isn't this gorgeous fabric? And I have the box of fabric that was sent to me by Penn. Did everybody see the Second Chance American seed exchange video? Where'd you go? Where'd you go? There it is. Because I am running it second. All right, let's take this over here for a minute and see what we got just out of the back. And this is like an iron-on thing. Okay, so please tell Bev to read my above comments on Tim Hortons. Read my comments. Very interesting news about Tim Hortons around you. Suspicion 2 at Tim Hortons in Ottawa. Picton, Tim Hortons being investigated for illegal immigrants. Manager offered 17-year-old employee $20,000 to marry her cousin. Has offered others too. Jesus wept. Well, guess what, folks? I will look into that. I will look into that, and I may do a rumble. Now, again, I told you guys that this was going to be hit and miss, because I'm doing my fall cleaning, and what used to take me a day or two now takes me close to a month, and I want to get everything done before November 1st. You know what I mean? The housework done. I want to get into my bedroom. Oh, yeah. So I phoned Belle and said I needed to move the modem, but the cord wasn't long enough. I needed it to move it to the next room. So they said, oh, well, we'll send someone out to move the box. So, but it's going to cost you $75. So, guy, and I said, okay, well, tell the guy not to come before noon. Oh, and they pulled this. Oh, and he'll be there between 8 a.m. and 5 p.m. I said, can't you narrow it down a little bit better than that? Because I said, I'm an insomniac and I don't usually get out of bed before noon. Because that's just the... And she said, okay, well, we'll put it down for making it the next call or whatever. And we'll take it before noon, right? Guy shows up at 10 o'clock in the fucking morning. Oh, watch my language. Sorry, folks. Guy showed up at 10. And he phoned me. I had my phone on, thank God. And he phoned me and I said, you're going to have to wait a few minutes. I got to put my dog in the bathroom. I've got to get dressed because you weren't supposed to be here till noon. So get this. He comes in, goes into what was once my office, which is, we know, a garbage pit right now. And he said, well, I can just drill a hole through the wall. Now, this is what I told Howie to do. Drill a hole through the wall, put the cord through, and plug the modem in from the other side. But I said, no, I don't want to drill a hole through the wall, blah, 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 blah. So what's he do? He leaves me a 60-foot cord that just plugs into the modem. So I can run the cord up the wall or wherever, go through the ceiling, whatever, or it can be just taken out of the room. The point is the guy never moved the box. He just gave me a 60-foot cord for $75. My entire day was disrupted. Okay, I need my ruler here, folks. There it is. So, now, now, oh, for God's sake. So now, we can start on moving my bedroom. Now, in reality, folks, moving my bedroom is actually, nothing can happen now. Now that we have the modem fixed, Howie has to take down the cameras, the camera cords, the security camera box, the TV, all of that stuff has to come down. So the room can be plastered and painted. Because that modem is not going in my bedroom until I am in the next room. You get it? I'm not going to sleep in a bedroom with the modem. That's just not how I roll. Okay. Oh, yes. Look at that. I'm at dialysis when the lives are on, watching my big TV and commenting on my tablet. Oh, wonderful. I'm glad you can be with us, Christine. Now, listen. Yeah, I know. Quarter in the swear jar. Now, everybody say hi while I cut this up. And then I can shout everybody out. But you got to do it in the next 30 seconds so that you all end up on the same participants list. And everybody, when it comes to Tim Hortons, everybody just told me I was a complaining, racist biatch. But that's okay. You know, I'm accepting apologies for all of the people who told me to just stop going. Well, what's the point of having it if you can't go? Right? Howie and I will pack a cup of tea and coffee and we'll drive like we did on Saturday, and we didn't get another cup of tea or anything until we were well on the other side of Ottawa. So that's just that. But it's not just, you know, folks are seeing this now and going, the hell's going on? It's not just the poor quality service. They are reusing coffee grounds. Like a pot will be done, and then they will save the grounds from the last pot and that pot, and they'll put them together to make a fresh pot. It's just horrible. And somebody made a really good suggestion. I think coffee time should rebrand itself as the New Canadian Coffee House. And I think they should allow people to buy shares, and only Canadians can buy shares. And that we rebrand Coffee Time into what Tim Hortons sadly used to be as the coffee shop of Canada, which it is no longer. Tim Hortons is no longer that. Look at that. Okay. Rebel News video is quite interesting if they are taking our country over because the government is paying for immigrations to get jobs. And that's true. That's true. And guess what? If I tried to share that Rebel News article on Facebook in Canada, they will not allow me to share any news. So I'm going to probably do some Rumble work later. I don't think that's going to make it in size. No, it's not. So let's see. Now, this is my first row. And I'm going to take these apart. Why? Because I don't want the first row to be all of what I originally started out with, and then have the next row be new, different fabrics. So I'm going to mix these up. And I'm going to mix these up, or I'm going to take this one apart, and then I'm going to mix them all up with new blocks, thanks to the fabric I got at the Salvation Army, or the coat I got at Salvation Army, and the fabric that was sent to me by Penn, and the fabric I have recovered. You see what I mean? There's 3 different sources of fabric here. So I want to make sure that they're well blended. Uh-oh. Hang on a sec, folks. I'll be right back. Sorry, folks. That was just Briar calling. He said he got his first warning because I was supposed to take him to get insurance, and I couldn't take the truck. So he got he's been in his apartment a month and has not shown proof of contents insurance. So that's what he was saying. He just phoned and got insurance. And I said, you know, he told me what it was for the year. It's like $125 for the year or whatever. And I said, you know what mine is? It's like $475 a month for my house insurance. That's just my house insurance. Isn't that insane? Because now they don't say, oh, your house they have to give you a rebuild price, okay, of $450,000. I said it wouldn't cost $450,000 to rebuild this house. Hell, it didn't cost us $100,000 to rebuild it from the ground up. Okay, maybe it did, but alrighty. So I'm really proud of them. And I told them, I said, I'm going to remember every time you say comment on what something costs, son, I'm going to let you know how much it costs as a homeowner. Okay? Because, you know, you really got to, you cannot let things slide because this is a co-op. You have to participate. And trying to get a place anywhere else to live is going to be near impossible. All right. Did everybody say hi? Let's put out the participants list. I'm sorry it got interrupted. Okay, hang on a second. We got to go up here. Pop out the participants list and say hello to Annette Rose, Christina Mose, Freaky Geek, Joe Parkhurst, Joanna Parrish, just me, Mets Chick, Renita Madrid, Stephanie Alexander, Willow's Garden. Did I miss anybody? Okay, I'm sorry that, how do I get this back? There we go. There we go. They have to add on the teardown. Well, I don't know. Depends. Did my house burn down or not? Did my house burn down? Because that's the only thing I can think of that would, you know, cause a whole rebuild, right? So, and shortly we're going to rev up my Sears Kenmore, and we're going to do some cutting. I don't know. It depends on how much you guys want to see. Yeah, you know what? There's no food anymore, takeout, that's actually any good. The closest thing I have to any decent tasting food. Oh, and by the way, we got our breakfast sandwiches at A&W. Didn't like them. The English muffins were too bready. And the cheese was real cheddar. God love them for that. But the sausage had no flavor. So it was like not a great texture and not a great flavor. But that's okay. Because we really don't eat out that often anymore. Okay, we got 2 more of these to take apart. And oh, that's easy. If you ever, oh shit, this one ripped. This one ripped. If you ever, all you have to do, okay, is make yourself a syrup. Okay? 1 cup instant coffee, 1 cup sugar, 1 cup hot water for everything to dissolve. Okay? Shake it up. Make sure it's all dissolved. Keep it in your fridge. Whenever you want an ice cap, if you don't have an ice crushing machine, just put ice in a baggie. Hit it a couple of times with a hammer until it's the texture you want. Pour it in a cup. Put I don't know, 1/8 of a cup of your syrup in there, and then top it up with milk and cream. Tim Hortons ice cap. Okay, this one is going to be no good because unless I have another piece I can. Hey, Molly. You pay $1,800 annually, Joanna? I pay $470 some a month. A month. Somebody do the math on that, how much I pay a year. That's $5,000 a year on house insurance. Now, yeah, they lowered it because I complained, but I'm still paying $1,000 a month on house insurance, vehicle insurance, and license plates. I pay for my license plates monthly. Here in Quebec, we don't put stickers on our license plates. All right. Okay, so this one is, now I may have another piece, and I do. So I can take this off and replace it. Okay, now that's them. And I have a bunch more started. Okay, I have a bunch more going here. Now, let's pick. I really, really like this. Oh, and it comes with, thank you. Uh-oh. I need a new pin cushion. All right, here we go. I'll borrow you. And let's get you out of here like this. Okay. Now what I do is I actually, I don't know if you guys can see here. God help me. All right, come here. I actually, when I'm putting this on here, there's another one here where he's put my bobbins on, and I put this back part in between these two so that it kind of holds it more steady, okay? Now, what am I going to do with this? I'm just going to hang this right there so that I can put pins in it. Okay. Just going into my studio with my speaker while making a batch of lotion. Oh, hi, Raph. How are you, darling? Hi, Edie. Yeah, it's extra for a wood stove. Well, our wood stove is certified. Safety certified, right? Wow. Wow, Pen. Roll this up, I'd be in a quilt, or in a kilt. Okay, here is, I'm going to take this. All right, you know what? I'm just going to cut across here. Like this. Okay, and set this aside. Alrighty. I don't live near water, and my fire department is less than a kilometer away. That's like a third of a mile. It's less than a third of a mile. Okay, now I'm going to do a bunch of these different colors just so, because I worked it out that I have to have like 87 of these squares to do the whole quilt. And I may not even use the original blanket. I may get a wool blanket from down the basement. We'll see. Now, when you're cutting especially folded fabric like this, make sure that your edge, the outside edge, like that your fabric lines up with this, but that your outside edge also aligns with one of these lines, okay? Or it'll get crooked, or it'll be crooked. Hey, Alicia J, how's it going? So, I mean, I think insurance is just a crock. I really do. I pay $5,000 a year and for house insurance, and what does that get me? Honestly, what does that get me? Right? But while I have a mortgage, I have to have insurance. So I'm tempted. I should have paid my mortgage off. And got rid of the insurance, but all right, there is, now we have 3 new colors here. And now we're going to take this one. Isn't this beautiful? Okay, where's the end? Here's the end. Boom. Okay. And I love this because there's so much blue in it. I just bit my tooth. There's so much blue in it that it goes with the original. Uh-oh. There we go. Thank you. I don't want to stop what I'm doing to start sewing and then have to start cutting fabric again. God, it's like butter. All right. Okay. So, we'll measure by the folded side. I will put these up here. Okay. And then we can start doing more block assembly. Winter is coming. And I got this one and Mikey's to get finished before Christmas, with any luck. I'm not going to make Bubba one this year, because if I have the time, I will make one for Howard. He won't even know I'm doing it. Two, three. Yep. So yesterday, I spent most of the day doing getting rid of sweeping cobwebs from the corners, just in time for the wood stove to start making more of them in a few weeks. The bell guy came yesterday. Our septic is being pumped on Friday, and our firewood is coming on Saturday. Busy, busy times. And I still have a lot of sweeping and vacuuming and stuff to catch up before I can start getting into the beets and carrots again. And I better hurry because hunting season is almost here. Uh-oh. How long are you? Not long enough. Okay. Boom. There we go. All right, now let's get our sewing machine set up. Oh, I like his twist ties. Look at his twist ties. They're huge. Look at that. I'm going to save that. Put that over there. All right, now. You are garbage. You are not. Oh, I miss my old Sears Kenmore. This was a copy, the exact copy of, how am I going to do this now? An exact copy of one that a little old lady gave me when I lived in Colborne, Ontario. All right, hang on. Let's just see if this is going to work. And if this is going to work. Yes, it is. Yay. And there's my foot pedal. Now, I did not have, apparently, a zigzag foot for this, so, and I didn't have a foot on it at all. So he put one on. Oh wow, it's like butter. He put one on for me, and it's just a straight stitch, so if I ever need to, oh, I've got a bobbin in there. How good is that bobbin? How full is it? Oh, I missed you. And it's not very full, so we'll put another full bobbin in. He likes his twist ties. Okay, let's just take this one. We'll put this one back on. We'll put this one on. Okay. Set you right there. All right, bobbin. And this is the way this goes. All right, maybe not. There we go. There we go. Is it in there? Yes, it is. Okay, now, thread. Oh, shoot. Where did my chat go? It is a lot of moving parts, folks, when I start doing stuff like this. It takes a lot to set up. Okay, so here we go. Oh, we do it backwards here. This is... yeah. And through here. And through here. And through here. And through here. Okay, now we're just about set up. Here we go. Thank you. Oh, I've missed you so much. Okay. All right, we're ready to roll. Okay. Now, oof. Now, let's get this over here. This is all the bits and pieces. Not all of it has been cut, but let's, okay. My maternity, whoops. There we go. My maternity coat. Let's try and see what we're doing here. Thank you everybody who shows so much. All right, so now I need to see how big my seam allowance is here. Perfect, okay. What? What's going on? Oh, I see. Okay, hang on, hang on. Now let's try. What is going on here? All right. Oh my God. Okay. All right, that didn't work. I must have done something wrong with the bobbin. After a while, it takes you a few minutes to figure out what the hell is going on here. Holy smokes. It's all this thread tangled up in my bobbin casing. Come here, you. Holy, lift it. Now, I had to have put this in somehow wrong. All right, that's the way this goes, just like that. Okay, let's try that again. Thread through here. I'm sorry, folks. This is the stuff that you don't see when I'm off camera, when I'm prepping stuff for a video. But I didn't want to waste any time in prep today, so I thought I'd show you just what's going on. All right, come here, you. All right, let's try this again. I have no idea what that did, and that looks to be a... How big are the stitches he's got here? Yeah, I've got it. Well, let's hope I did it right this time. I haven't used this sewing machine in over a year. So, let's try this again. Why is this doing this? Oh, frig. You know what? I'm just going to do this again. This goes up through here. Ah. Oh, I know what I did wrong. Holy smokes, Bev. Yeah, I forgot to put it through this one spot right here. Okay, let's get you through here. There we go. All right, fingers crossed. Let's try this one more time. Yay! I've missed you. Okay. Now this way, I can make the fabric that has been reclaimed from this, from my coat, I can make it go a lot farther, right? Instead of having two pieces of my coat, let's see if you guys can, like, whoops. Okay. Yeah, let's see if I can show you guys what I'm doing. Is that better? Okay, and now, see, I'm going to put the blue one from my maternity coat in the center, and that way, it goes farther throughout the quilt. You understand? I'm weird, folks. I'm weird about things like making things. That clock is driving me bonkers. I'm weird about making sure that fabric goes throughout, that the fabric is spread evenly throughout the project, so that it looks like it was planned that way. Oops, there you go. Oh, I've missed this so much. I've missed the smooth, fast sewing experience. Uh-oh, that does not work. How big are these stitches? It's just this little bit of the end here. It was off center, so I need to fix that. Yeah, call me a perfectionist, but you know, like Briar's quilt, I thought, oh man, I really messed that up, right? But Briar loves it. Turned out nicer than what it started out as. Okay, let's just get you on here. Alrighty. Now, my maternity coat will go much farther throughout throughout the quilt. Okay, here we go. Now, yeah, 7.5 inches. Okay. Okay. There is 7. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay. So there is, and that's lined up there. And we just want to go another 1/2 inch. Like that. Shoom. There, line it up with the line on the mat. Go down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 1/2. Line the 1/2 inch of the ruler with the 1/2 inch mark on the mat. Awesome. You see, this, putting it like this, was going to take too much. It was going to take up too much of my this. Okay. Wait a second. What the hell happened here? Shit. That's only 6.5. Beverly. Alrighty. Well, we'll set this aside for now. If I need it, I can sew this back on here like this and then recut it to the right size. Okay, so now we know what we're doing. Let's do, okay, I have others like this. Now, it's a different color of purple. Nah, I don't like that one. Let's see what else we have. Having a pattern and, okay, so what I'm going to do here is, scrap quilting, folks, is quite literally working with scraps. Okay, now, I'll cut this off at 3 inches, exactly. Like that. Okay. Okay, now, this is the way this goes. All right. So I'm going to be working on this for the next few days. Or, well, it's like I said in my one thing, it's all going to be hit and miss until, shoot, until my housework is caught up. There's not going to be as heavy decorating this year for Christmas, but there is going to be decorating, of course. And I've still got my new bedroom to do. Okay. Let's get this side on here. Here I was making them really long, and when there's short pieces like this, just use what you have and how you have it. What's going on? Hi, Mark. What's going on? Why are you throwing up, Mark? Frig. Okay. All right, now take this. Look, oh, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? I really do love. I'm weird too. I'm one of those people that not all blues go together, not all greens go together. So sometimes I just have to make things work as long as I can find the colors that I like. You know what I mean? 6, 7 and a half. There's another one. Isn't that lovely? Oh. Now where did my mouse go? Oh. When did this start, Mark? It's the Monaro. I can't even drink coffee. I haven't been able to drink coffee in years. Okay, now what are we going to do next? Let's see what we got going on here. Let's work with this one. And why not the gray? Alrighty. Gray and plaid it is. Is that like Ozempic? I've had gastric bypass and I won't go any further. All right. Alrighty. Okay. Now, I remember how I'm doing this. That's 4 inches. Wow, I just about made a really big mistake there. Three inches. Boom. When I'm doing the longer ones, it's easier to do it in a double strip. Then get off the drug, Mark. All it sounds like it's doing is making you anorexic. Tell your doctor and get off the drugs. I mean, I'm not a doctor, but it seems like the drugs are what's making you sick. All right, now. Okay. Now, we take this, and we take this. I think I want it blue, mostly of the blue showing. Thank you again, Pen, for this wonderful fabric. Line everything up just so. Oh, it's so good to have a... All right, now we take one of these. And take one of these. Let's do this. How many of these do I have left? 1, 2, okay. Like so. I'm going to have to get off here soon, folks, and start my supper and do some dishes. Now, I'm going to take this. We're going to add it to here. Like so. This quilt is for someone else. This was a quilt I made for my son Arthur when he was like 2.5, 3. And I made it out of my old maternity coat that I had bought. But I don't have enough fabric to redo it in the original fabric. So what I'm doing is, I'm taking as much of the original fabric as I can and reusing it along with new fabrics like the fabric from the coat, the purple coat, like the fabric that Pen sent me. And I'm just whizzing it together, hopefully. And I've got Mikey's is on the frame. And I still have to finish sewing the bottom row on. Go. And there we go, look. What the hell, Beverly? What the hell did I just do? Oh, I was working on Mikey's quilt in my brain. Well, you know what? That'll get thrown in there because it's all the right size, right? Oh, that's my brain for you. I have a lot of things going on in my life, and I am slowing right down. So you're still going to get video. Once I get my house back and organized and ready, I'm going to be doing crafts. I'm going to be doing baking. I'm going to be doing cooking videos, all of that stuff. But I have to get things done around the house first. And what used to take me a weekend is going to take me weeks. I remember my office. Well, now that we have the extra long cord for the modem, we can start tearing apart that room. But Howie has to take down the TV, the cameras, and all the camera cords and all that stuff so I can start clearing the walls, right? Anyway. What about old age? Anyway, I love you guys. Take care. God bless. I got other work to do, and I want to finish some more sewing, but I don't want to tie your day up. Okay? I love you guys. Take care. God bless. Don't forget me. I'm just slowing down. I love you guys.